Hi everyone, now I'm going to slightly twist the last problem that we have solved. And in this question it is given, we need to write a function that basically returns the last occurrence of an element in the array. So let's take one more example this time, and using that example I'm going to show you how you can solve this problem. So maybe let's say we have this array and maybe the elements are 1, 2, 7, 6, 7 and 5. So I want to find the last occurrence of a key, that is, let's say 7, and I want to see where it is present. So one thing we have already seen is how we can break this problem recursively. Same thing will apply here as well. So firstly we'll check at 0th index. We'll since we want to find out the last occurrence, so what we will do, first we will ask the sub problem whether you have a 7. Then if the sub problem says I have a 7, then we will pass that result back. But if the sub problem says I don't have a 7, then I will check at my current index. So I'm not going to do any work at the 0th index. I'm first going to make a call on the sub problem. Okay, so I will ask, okay, 2, 7, 6, 7, 7, 5. Okay, do you have a 7? It will further make a call on the sub problem. It will say, okay, 7, 6, 7, 7, 5 will not check at the 0th index. It will make a further call on the sub problem. So we are first going towards the end of the array, and then we will start building our result. Okay, so we'll ask, okay, 6, 7, 5, do you have a 7? It will says, okay, 7, 5, do you have a 7? It will says, okay, 5, do you have a 7? Then it will pass on the result to the null array. Okay, so the null array is this. Null array says no, I don't have a 7. It says -1. Then at 5 I will check 5 is not equal to 7 and remaining array is also not equal to 7. So it will say, okay, I don't have a 7, -1. So to this array in which we have the elements 7 and 5, we are getting the answer from the sub problem as -1. And now we are going to check whether the 0th index of this array contains a 7 or not. Yes, it contains a 7. So if it is 7, we are going to return a 0 here. We are going to return a 0. Now this array knows, 675 knows that the sub problem said the element is present at the 0th index in this particular array. Now this array is going to return an index 1 to tell that inside my sub array, or inside this particular sub array 675, the index of 7 is 1. So if this 7 now comes to know that the sub problem is saying, okay, I have a 7 somewhere inside me, then we are not going to check at this particular index, and we are just going to say the 7 is present at index 2 because it already has been found. Similarly, this is going to say that in the sub problem the 7 is present at index 2, that is 0, 1, 2. So inside me it is present at index 3, and since it is present inside index 3 in this array, this is going to say to the main that the 7 is present at index 4, and you can verify that this index is exactly 4. So what is the idea? The idea is, in order to find the last occurrence, you first ask the sub problem where is 7. The sub problem says 7 is not present. Then you check at the current index. Okay, then you check at the current index, that is array of 0. Okay, and if it is not 7, if it is 7, then you return 0. If it is not 7, then you return -1. But if the sub problem says the element is present at some index I, in that case you don't do any checking, you simply return I plus 1. Okay, so you can see there are multiple conditions that we need to handle, and I will show you the code in the next lecture, but I hope you understood the logic, and using this logic we are going to build our code in the next lecture. That's all. See you in the next video.